talking about that advisory council. And I think those are the eyes and ears for the sheriff's department. You don't have to pay anything, but yet you get the important intelligence, how the communities are run, where are the pitfalls, and how to improve. Because it's becoming so more important, especially next year. I think no matter who the president comes, there's going to be a little recession. And we don't want scavengers going out of our business, coming into our businesses and causing harm. So having an advisory council will be your ears and eyes. So what is the program to roll it out?
Well, right now we have our Community Advisory Council up and running. We've created an infrastructure so we can have multiple advisory councils that can be, they're geographically based, all 23 patrol stations. They're culturally based. We also have a faith-based advisory council. We have an LGBTQ. We have a veterans one. We have a homeless one. We're doing one for the business community. And were we doing the one on the entertainment industry or not? Media advisory. So we have specialty groups that are advisory councils, and we want to do one for Indo-American. Okay. I said Indo, but he said Hindu.
No, he said Hindu too. He said Hindu too.
But we have the faith-based one already. But we also want one for the Indian American community. That's the one I think, because that's two different perspectives, I guess. So we'll keep the faith-based on one side, and we have people from the Hindu community of faith that are participating. But we want one with the Indian American as well. That's cultural. So that kind of covers everybody.
Yes.
All right.
But 80% Hindus, 4% Sikhs, the whole demographics of India. That's what I wanted you to explain, sir. The
But
demographics of India is 80% Hindus, 4% in the Sikh community, the rest is all combination of
I assume Christian, Muslim, and all that.
Right.
Okay, that's fine.
So we'll have
So-
that kind of a breakdown in there.
Which is perfect. So we have other groups that are culturally based or ethnicity, and which works out fine. We have with the Pakistanis, we have with the Koreans, and we've been more than happy to have one with the Indian American community. And all we ask, and my only direction I gave to Captain John Bircher, who is running the show, is that everyone who participates is there to volunteer their time to help somebody that's not themselves. Because the trouble from back in Sheriff Baca's days was too many people got there because they had their own agenda, personal agenda, and it was a vehicle for them to get something for themselves. No, I want it to be a vehicle to help other people.
Exactly.
That's all we want. And we have a lot of causes. Right now we have the food bank operation. I was with Ali Taj just last Friday.
Right.
And they have, I think once a week, they do the food bank.
Right.
And let me see. Friday we were in Devonshire, LAPD, the Police Activities League, with LAPD and sheriffs working side by side with a food bank. So that was pretty cool to see. It was tan and green and blue. They were both filling up cars with food. So these are all ventures we want to see everywhere. The need is great right now. And also these groups, the Indian American group, you know what's going on in your community. You're our ears and eyes. But sometimes things are particular to a community. Like, for example, in the Chinese American community, you sometimes have organized crime elements that do home invasion robberies. But they target people that don't speak English, and the fear of reporting the crime. Well, we're not deporting anybody. We're not involved in ICE at all. So we are definitely a source. We have the translators who can translate, even 911. You can call 911, get someone who speaks Mandarin to answer 911. So we have that system, and that's just one example. Also, some businesses are plagued by extortion attempts, and they typically tend to victimize their own community because they're familiar with them. And that happens all too often. So it's very important to have the ears and eyes of your community represented in the department, and that we can exchange information back and forth. And when we see trends that impacts your community, we disseminate to you, hey, spread this information out, particularly when you have internet crimes. that target by ethnicity, or they target by religion or language. And they're very sophisticated scams, and they're all designed to steal your identity, take all your money. So we're definitely going to do that. All right?